Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our first lesson, Unit 4, which we are doing Management and Operations. My name is Anjum Satar and my email address anjum@ukversity.co.uk. If you have any question, please, if you're just listening this recording, just drop me an email on my address. And before starting this lesson, we'll discuss how many learning outcomes we have and what are the key aims and objectives of this unit. So we're doing management operations is a 15 credit unit, level 4, and is a core unit which we are doing. And we have 4 learning outcome. The aim of this unit to be you really learn about the management and the leadership and different style of leadership and different operations. So difference between the role of leader and the function of a manager. What is the key difference? We'll apply the role of leaders and the managers in different contexts, and we demonstrate appreciation of role of leaders and managers, and we'll discuss about understand the relationship between leadership, management, and contemporary business environment. So we have today lesson, and we'll go through, of course, LO1, our first lesson, and then each lesson will try to cover one LO. So in this lesson, these are the inductive contents we're supposed to know and we're supposed to be well aware of the keywords really under this, So all this which we'll go through today lesson. So please, if you have any question, feel free ask me. So I'll try my best to meet your expectations. So let's now start our unit. And what do you know about leadership and management? Any thoughts?
Yeah, it's like an area of business that's concerned with the production of goods and services.
Brilliant. Production and services. So is there any difference between especially leader and managers? If I'll say you're a manager. Sorry?
No, carry on, sorry.
No, that's fine. Anybody else? Any thought? What do you think about leader and managers, please?
Yeah, a manager basically is the person who's in charge about the budgeting and how the flow of the service needs to be done.
Okay. And the leader?
Like the distribution, and the leader, he's the one who's following the instructions for like to get the business. The leader is normally like he's leading the team, to get the service done, get the job done or something like that.
Brilliant. So it's fine the way you're saying. So the leader is always influence, yes? Leader always innovative something, the top level management CEO, maybe we can say the leader, giving some new idea. Like when we look Apple boss is giving new idea, innovation. When we look the Dyson, yes, and those are the leader, they give the new idea. The management, they manage day-to-day activity. Managers, they manage what
within the organization. The managers within the organization, internal, what's happening for the company, any organization. That's the manager who manages and goes according to the policy of the organization. And the leaders, obviously, they can give you the ideas and they bring the law stuff which is beneficial for the company, always on the front.
Brilliant. That's where you're coming from. Yes, good. Well done. So let's look in terms of what really, the definition, what really different authors saying about the leaders and the managers. So leader, the capacity to establish the direction. If somebody have a capacity to establish the direction, influence and align others toward the common aims, motivate and commit them to action, make them responsible for their performance. So there are leadership theories, lot of discuss in the management. So leader there are the theories like some leadership is related to type of authorities. Some leaders really have some sort of authority. Some leaders are force them. Those are obedient. Look around. Maybe some leaders are very inspiring. Some leaders provide the directions. So different leadership style we'll discuss today as well. behavior risk.
Amend the policies as well, isn't it?
Sorry?
Who can amend the policies of any organization?
Yes,
And,
those have
direct the
power
management.
to amend. Brilliant. Yes, you're absolutely right. Those have a power to amend. They have a qualities. Yes.
Yeah.
So they have an influence. So great men theory is there. Trade theories. They express their trade, their qualities in the leader. Some say leaders born by birth leaders. Some say leaders always the leaders according to the situation. Some say different people have a different. So when we appear the Obama and Donald Trump and various other leaders, yes, they lead it. They may be influence, yes. So leadership defined by action, behavior rather than the personality. Some say leader is by behavior, not by actions. Behaviorist theories such as research into direction. A related idea, the leadership style is not a fixed. It should be adopted to different situations. So leader can be in different situation, in different type of style they will use. Some call it the contingent theory. The leader are contingent, depend upon the situation, like contingent planning. If this happen, we'll do this. If this happen, we'll do this. Some say leader are situational leaders. In different situations, they make the plan. They lead the country. They lead the organization. Transformational leaders, the attribution and power and influence, which we'll discuss. Model of leadership is action-centered leadership, which focus on the effective leader actual does. So these are the different theories. Good leaders always make organizations good. So which will go through classical management theory as well, which is based on the belief of the worker only physical and economic needs, not taken into account of the social and the job satisfaction, which we'll go through and we'll discuss in details now. Okay, leadership versus management. What's make good leader or the manager? For many, someone who can inspire and get from their staff. So many qualities that need to be a good leader or managers. Be able to think creative. If you're a leader, you're a manager, you're supposed to be creative. Be calm. So leader always calm under the different pressures and make clear decisions. They possess good communication skill. They have a two ways effective communication. They can communicate. They have a good interpersonal skill. Have a desire to achieve the great things. Leaders always have a desire to achieve the great things. Be well informed. So possess air of authority. So leader, do you have to be born with the correct quality, or you can be a good leader? It is the most likely the well-known leaders or the managers are successful due to the combination of both things. It can be some qualities by birth and some by good training. Managers deal with their employees in a different ways. Some are very strict, some are completely controlled, some can be democratic, some can be autocratic. So it depends upon we need to be. An organization is only good as the person is running it. So if you're a leader, according to the one great scholar, he mentioned in his book, Michael Porter and various that the failure of the organization is a failure of manager. The success of the organization is a success of manager. So managers make the difference in the organization. So management always processes the sport performance management. So in the manager, if you're a manager, you're supposed to be managed, yes? So if you're a manager, you deal with. So what is the management itself? Can you define management in your own words?
Well, I think it's who does the job according to the policy of any organization within the policy, and who can. Well, I've seen, like, if you go asking about the Tesco manager, for example, and he can, like, he makes a staff rota and stocks and everything, what's the most, for example, is the sale time, and he can, try best to bring the sale up of organization, and he can look after the staff and all internal issues of any organization who deals all with this, I think, which I know in my words.
Good. Okay, so we normally call management is a process of
It's like
design.
controlling. Yeah, and controlling as well.
Brilliant. These are the function of management. Management is a process of designing an environment. Yes. If you are a manager, you design an environment to achieve pre-selected or predetermined objective. Because your objective as a manager to achieve organization objective. Yes. Through different function, you do planning. Yes. You organize things. Yes, you implement and you put control. So yes, staffing is also management role as well. So if you're a manager, you design an environment in a way, you structure the processes in a way, you design the shift pattern in a way to achieve the organization objective. So all these are the why we are doing to improve the performance of organization, achieving the objective of our organization. So that's are the crucial thing if you're a manager in an organization. Okay, next we're looking different theories, different management theory that also help to be achieve our organization objective. There are so many authors, they give so many different theories. Some are the scientific school of management is called F.W. Taylor. He used to be a bricklayer. He gave the theory time and motion study. He's saying if you pay people money according to the piece rate, if the people work more, you will get more performance. They will be motivated. They will work harder if you pay according to the piece rate. In some organization, performance is according to the piece rate. But others they saying no, that's not it. We need to be more than that. Then they saying McGregor, one of author, he's saying no. He gave two theories, theory X and Y. X is saying no, come on, we need to be more autocratic. Then people will perform in organization. So if you're a manager, you can be autocratic. Then he said no. The theory Y he gave, and he said no. In managers can be democratic. Does it make sense?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, then one of the other author, Mayo, he gave the theory. He used to be working General Electrical Company in America. He gave the high tone effect. He's saying some factor in the organization are motivator, some factor is a demotivator. So as a manager, you need to be manage those factors. Like organization policies can be demotivator. If you pay salaries, yes. If you create a teams, and in the team you need a motivation. Social, how you socially interact with the people as a manager you need to be. Then we can achieve organization objective. Then one of the popular humanist approach, Maslow, he said about no, human have different needs. If we will fulfill those needs, we can achieve our organization objective. If you are a manager, you're supposed to be understand those needs, like basic needs, psychological needs, safety needs. Of course, people want respect, self-actualization. All if you fulfill them, then you can achieve. Then one of the scholar, Peter Drucker, he said no, people are motivated by money. Then he used different scales as well, Likert scale. He said leader can be sometime you should be autocratic, sometime you need to be very democratic, sometime you're supposed to be consultative, and sometime you're supposed to be participative if you're a leader or manager. Then one other of the guy, Horsberg, two-factor theory, he's saying no. There are two factors. Some are called hygiene factors. Those are the motivator, we call the demotivator factor, and other are the motivator factor. So he's saying no, if you have achievement recognition, if those people achieve, you give them award in front of others, that will help to improve the performance in the organization. So these are the different theory actually telling a story that, that all these been McGregor theory, theory X and Y, which is, of course, he explained theory X and theory Y. Any question about these theories?
No. Yeah.
So all
All
these
good.
sorry?
I said it's all okay so far.
Brilliant. Well done. So nice to hear. So McGregor theory X corresponding the scientific school of management, theory Y is more democratic human relationship is discussing. Yes, that's a management style will be given greater input to the decision making and maybe empowered implies that will help to be achieved. Then we have some leadership style being discussed which we need to go through. So different leadership style, transformational leader, transactional leader, situational leader, lead fire, and their action-centered leadership approach. Different leadership style. According to the one of scholar, he argued that there are the two types of leaders. One is called transactional leader, who see the relationship with the follower in terms of trade. So they are looking, if you're giving time to somebody, you expect return out of it because every transaction you have something. If you any trade, you give money, you get goods. Yes, you give time, you train people. So he's saying, the leader is like a transaction and follow the reward. In the exchange, they expect service, loyalty, and compliance. But he's saying, the other leader, transformational leaders, you can be a transactional leader. Everything you do, we can say you're a materialistic, more you're looking the return in terms of the money. Transformational leader who seek the role as inspiring, motivating others to work and the level beyond the compliance. So only the transformational leader can change the team or the organization culture and move them into the new directions. Like Unilever, they used to spend a lot of money. You know the Unilever, anybody? We all know.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
Unilever boss, new boss, he said, why we spending a lot of money on advertising? Why not we'll change our culture, our practice in the organization? So like in the UK, they start the food banks as well. And in the developing country, they start hand pump scheme, helping schools. And he's saying, spending money just on the tally is not worth it. So we need to change the culture to helping community. And when we'll say we are helping community, ultimately we are doing advertising, and advertising, this social advertising will help us to improve our profit, our sale. Because when we are and understand the people's sentiment and we deal it, we earn more, yes, out of it. So Benny's so he's saying no point to be spending a lot of money on tallies and channels. So go and spend money on welfare, and the people will say. So then the management attention leader must create a compelling cause and version and inspire and focus attention those they have lead. Management meaning the leader must be able to communicate. Management need to be developed that trust. A good leader must be consistent, honest. The management self-leader should, so like maybe we can argue leadership style of Donald Trump and leadership style of Barack Obama, whatever. Yes, so different leader, it's a different style to do. The management of self-leaders always aware of their own strength. So if is a leader always well aware of their own strength, their area they are strong or they need to be improved. Contingent approach, the leaders is change according to the. So then next we looking the contingent approaches. So they looking the contingent theory include action-centered leader, Contingent Theory by Benese, and Transformational and Managing Change, and Leadership to Motivate. So contingent theory are often to see in the most practical views of leadership as encourage leader to understand their current circumstances. Leader not is a mean you're looking beyond 10-15 years. So you can look around, the leaders always, so leader always looking what is happening, current era. Leader always understand the situation, so that's we need to. So that then one other leadership style is leave fire leadership, is mean the leave alone. They're saying, leave alone. Leaders little input into day-to-day activity and decision making. They say we'll make the team with delegate. It's not mean every time you're looking and sitting in front of, are you watching people what they're doing. You really bother about the performance. Conscientious decision to delegate power. Managers, employees have a freedom to do what they think is best. After they criticize the resulting the poor role definition for the manager. Effective when the staff are ready and willing, so that you can leave them. Yes, if you teach them and they are willing, you can say the growth of organization is your growth. When they have that type of motivation, of course they will help. Yes, so that's can be. So lead fire is not same as others, leadership style. As generalization in the most of the business sector being gradually shift away from autocratic leadership. Possible the reason change in the society value. Maybe in the past was quite good autocratic, but no, if the leader will talk with the workers, so somebody can be put the news on the social media, yes, and organization shares can be dropped. Better educate workers. Now we have focus on the more soft skills. Soft, yes. Organization will go changing work and greater workplace legislation, no new rules. Greater not is Labor Act and various other acts. Other they looking the situational leader. What they do, alternative version of situational leader. They can be participating and non-directive coaching, yes. Provide coaching. Leaders like a good coach, yes. They need to be. So they need give the instruction, they can delegate as well. So the leaders is work according to the situation, that the situational leader. Whatever is situation suits and you can change it. Okay, next now leadership style which we'll go through. That's more common. Autocratic, yes, we know autocratic, yes. Some leaders say, oh, this is very autocratic person, yes. But sometimes you have a tight deadline. If you not stick with your workers, they're not going to achieve, and you're not going to achieve. Who's going to be blamed? Yes. It can be advantage, disadvantage. Next is called patronistic. Managers make the decision in the best interest of the worker. So first they consult it, then they make the decision. So that can be patronistic, like a parent. Yes, you just ask them, then you consult it, then you make the decision. Democratic leaders, you allow, yes, too much rights, but depends upon how the culture, because the leadership style in UK is not mean the same leadership style will be acceptable throughout the world. So you have to change the style according to the situation. Yes, different situation, maybe you have to do the different style. So it's both advantages and disadvantages. We can't really ignore it because no one is a perfect style. It needs to be changed according to the situation. Any question?
No, not in that.
So then next we look in the strategic leadership, which is a long term. So leaders always looking not short term, short visions. They lead a lot long term. So inspirational, they try to be inspired. They always have a good interpersonal skill. They have ability to solve the problem. They have ability to plan. They always opportunist. They wherever they find opportunity, they always good timekeeper. Yes. So strategic leader, they always looking these all the qualities in, and they're looking and they're planning in the long term strategies, strategic planning, long term planning. Yes, they're looking what will be happen in the long term organization, not short term. Do you have a Nokia? Anybody have a Nokia? Are you using Nokia mobile? Hello?
Sadly, no anymore.
No anymore. Why not?
Because I never liked them.
You never liked them. But that used to be very popular in the world.
Oh yeah, back in the days, of course, but not after 2005. Everything has fallen. Sony Ericsson took over, and we used to use Sony Ericsson only.
Yes, when we study why this happened, due to the one of the CEO of Nokia decide to cut the cost of research and development.
Yeah.
So very short-sighted, cut the cost of the research and development. What will be happen in the long run? So in the long run, they not manage to produce the innovative mobile handset. So you cutting the cost, but have a consequences of it. Yes. So we need to look around those. But that's why the Nokia is reached at that point. And the CEO said, sorry, he made the wrong decision, and resigned the company. Okay. Then one of the guy, Monsberg, he gave the 10 skills. If you're a manager, you're supposed to be 10 skills you have. You have a symbolic role in our organization to carry out social and inspirational, legal and ceremonial duties. He's saying the leaders have a relationship with the subordinate. There should be a liaison. So that's why in our organization now, in colleges, university, they saying, no, we don't need to produce the student. We need to produce the leader. They can think about, they not just focus on the education and few theories in the book and they just read them. They have to have a research skill. They have a leading skill. Instead of just, what the day-to-day things you're doing. No, because competition in the world, and you have to lead. If you want to be at the leading position in the world, you have to be produce good leader in any capacity at different level. It's not mean leader is only in the country level. Leader, if you're manager, always you need a good liaison, informational mentor. You have a good mentoring skill. You guide people. You teach. You have a good dismenter. You disment, what you know and how information is largely in the organization. That's all, we need to look around. He's saying that some good spokesperson, decisional, they always entrepreneurial. They can look around the disturbance handler. They always look to manage the resources allocator. They can be a good negotiator. So these are the different, the role. Maybe a couple of you learn about the Belgian team role. So leaders can be, if you're a manager, you have different roles in different situations. Any question? Anybody, any question?
So far, all good.
Brilliant. So next we're looking hard and soft approach HR. If you're working in HR, sometimes you have to adopt hard approach, sometimes you have to soft approach. So what is the key difference between two approaches? Hard approach, HR might be expected to result in the more cost-effective workforce, yes? So you have to be look around the cost-effective hard approach you can adopt. Such pay the relatively little attention the needs of the employees. They adopt the genuine hard approach might expect to suffer from the high absentees and the staff turnover and the less successful recruitment. But when the soft approach certainly appeals, touchy feel among us who likely to see people being treated nicely, you can make a good business case for an approach that reward implies performance, motivate, and more effective. However, the danger taking too soft, sometimes, it depends upon the culture. Sometimes too soft, maybe you're not going to be achieved. The people are lazy, people are sitting, people doing politics. Yes, people are coming late. If you give the flexible working hours, you're saying work from home, maybe they're not working from home. Yes, it can be, and some disadvantages as well. Any question there? Hard and soft, yes? Okay, next now we'll go through a little quick, short quiz to further enhance our understanding all these, the theories, what we discuss. Can you see this slide?
Yes, we can, I think.
Okay, brilliant. Let's, we'll go through quick, leadership and the management style, what is different. So we'll go through the first one. A possible disadvantage, authoritarian. If you're authoritarian management, what will be disadvantage? Sorry, advantage. Which option you think? A, B, C, or D? Can you see, guys? Yes. Let's pick option. Which one you think? Anyone?
Yeah, I can see that.
So which one you think?
I think it allows for highly inflexible. I think. I'm not sure, to be honest.
So that's. Don't worry, we'll recap. So the following are all the function of the middle management except which one is not a middle management?
The deciding strategy, isn't it? Deciding. Yeah.
Well done. So let's move to the next. Next, please.
Democratic, I think. Well, democratic is normally like when people they see what they really want, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's a consultative. Can be you can be free. Okay, what leadership style? So just manager and the leader should change and adopt their style in different circumstances.
Paternalistic.
Is it situational, democratic, in different circumstances? Which one you think? This one, second?
I think so, yeah. Because it consult the other part, and then they decide. Like they're kind of slow in deciding.
Yeah, different circumstances, different situations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I think either situational or that one.
Situation. Okay, we'll try situation. If you say yes, correct is a situation. Okay, next, democratic leadership places emphasis on what?
Delegation and consultation.
Yes, good, well done. Which of the following refers specific leadership style rather than the management? Authority come with the position rather than action. Motivate and inspire. Make tactical, operational decision and instructing and coordinating subordinate. Leaders always, yes. Managers normally tactical. Okay, which one do you think? Don't worry about it's not a test, please.
I know.
Yes.
I'm just trying to remember. Because we did, like half the time I did not read the slide, so I'm not sure to be honest, but that's what I understand. Instructing and coordinating subordinates, I think. Leadership, yeah.
Okay, next. To which of the following situation is autocratic leadership? Huh? When is autocratic leadership style you required? Officer in army,
Autocratic leadership. I think it's who is it?
supermarket manager, or is autocratic, or is army officer? Which one you think?
I think so, army officer.
Yes, if you're in army, you're normally autocratic, not too much democratic. So that's why, army lead the country is always in awe. Yes. So an autocratic leader, what they do autocratic? They always discuss, they make decision.
And they just follow it.
Which one? Third? Second?
Make all the decisions and workers have to carry them.
Yes, correct. Well done. So what management style mean decision are made centrally? Which style is decision are made centrally? Yes?
Democratic, I think. No, bureaucratic. No, democratic.
Authoritarian? Yes,
Oh, that's
correct.
right.
Authoritarian. Because it's a top level, because
Oh, yeah.
centrally mean head office. Okay. What type of leaders believe the workers should be involved in the decision making? Democratic, or is it?
Democratic, yeah, democratic. Okay.
Yes, correct. So good, you guys achieve overall. So first one was possible advantage of authoritarian. They can change quick, because you have authority to do,
Yeah.
The third was, yes, leanness, yes. So you giving the freeness, yes, to the workers, free, whatever they want, how they design. Next was right. Yes, here motivating and inspiring. Refer specific leadership always motivate and inspire others,
True.
Okay. That's all. Well done. So today we learn about different leadership style, different theories, and what I'll upload, some extra resources, background reading, please. So what you can is that's the key buzzwords when you deal with this and when you learn, please. And I'll send you all these extra resources to learn, and these are the inductive contents. So when you prepare your assignment as well, when you do LO1, and so you need to be focused on these inductive contents. These are the keywords which we're supposed to learn and we're supposed to embed in our assignment. Any question?
No.
Okay, brilliant. Well done. Thanks for attending. So we'll keep up to here quick, and okay, guys. Anybody any questions? Just drop me emails. Today we learn about LO1, and next lesson we'll focus on LO2. So thanks for attending.
Thank you.